Income inequality in America isn't just in the elite corners of Manhattan and the rolling beaches of Malibu, it can also be found in remote parts of Idaho and rural pockets of Colorado and Nevada. When broken down by state, the three most unequal parts of the country are predictably in the Northeast, Connecticut, New York and Massachusetts. However, when analyzed at a more granular level, researchers at the Economic Policy Institute found inequality spans from America's heartland to the far west, and New York City doesn't crack the top 10 list for greatest income disparity. Jackson, Wyoming has the highest level of income inequality of any metropolitan region in the U.S., according to a recent report. A destination escape for the rich and famous, Jackson's top 1% make 132 times what the rest of the region's population makes, combined. That's significantly more than the second most unequal metropolitan area, Naples, Immokalee, Marco Island, Florida, where the richest 1% have 91 times what the other 99% makes. In fact, Florida is home to 5 of the top 10 most unequal metropolitan areas in the U.S. Experts at HowMuch.net mapped the inequality phenomenon and observed that Florida is a retirement haven for many wealthy folks from the Northeast, driving up inequality in the Sunshine State. Key West, Florida came in third overall, with a ratio of 81.3. Followed by Sebastian, Vero Beach, Florida, 67. 2. Bridgeport, Stamford, Norwalk, Connecticut, 62.2, and Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Florida, 55. 4. In 7th place was Port St. Lucie, Florida with a 1% wealth ratio of 45. 5, followed by Glenwood Springs, Colorado, 45, Hialeah, Idaho, 44.9, and Gardenville Ranchos, Nevada, 44. 3. Share this article. Share at the other end of the spectrum, Junction City, Kansas was the most economically equal metropolitan area in the nation, with the top 1% making 4 times what the rest of the population collectively earns. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri was the second most equal, with a wealth distribution ratio of 6.2%, followed by Rio Grande City, Texas, 6.8, Los Alamos, New Mexico, 7, California, Lexington Park, Maryland, 7.3, and St. Mary's, Georgia, also 7.3. Peru, Indiana came in 7th place among the least unequal regions, with the top 1% making 7.9 times what the other 99% earns, followed by Juneau, Alaska, 8.5, Fort Polk, South Louisiana, 8.5, and Altus, Oklahoma, 8.5. Top 10 most unequal metro areas in America. 1. Jackson, Wyoming. 2. Naples, Immokalee, Marco Island, Florida. 3. Key West, Florida. 4. Sebastian, Vero Beach, Florida. 5. Bridgeport, Stamford, Norwalk, CONCT 6. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Florida. 7. Port St. Lucie, Florida. 8. Glenwood Springs, Colorado. 9. Hialeah, Idaho. 10. Gardenville Ranchos, Nevada. Nationwide, the average difference between the top 1% of earners and everyone else is $1,047,435, a factor of 21. 4 times, according to EP. Overall, 22 states are home to 1%ers who make $1 million or more per year on average, including New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and California. Experts at the Economic Policy Institute found that wage stagnation was a key driver of income inequality, a problem that emerged in the 1970s following a period of prosperity in the 1950s and 1960s, when wages grew along with labor productivity. A major factor driving wage stagnation was the decline of unions and the resulting erosion of the minimum wage, said Heidi Shearholtz, senior economist and director of policy at EP, in an interview with Daily Mail. In addition, the Federal Reserve Board has prioritized keeping inflation low over keeping unemployment low, further weakening the position of the average worker, she said. At the same time, taxes have become less progressive, meaning the richest portion of the population pays a smaller share than they used to, which has incentivized higher executive compensation because now the top earners actually keep the majority of any pay raises they receive. The proportion of Americans categorized as middle class fell 10 percentage points from 1971-2011, but has remained relatively stable since then, according to Pew Research Center. In addition, middle-class households did better financially in 2016 than they did in 2010, with their median income rising to $78,442 from $74,015 during that period, a 6% increase. However, even those gains didn't put them ahead of where they were in 2000, signaling lingering effects of the 2008 recession, according to Pew.